Welcome to Myanmar. A land of ancient secrets and untold wonders, stands as a gateway to the past, where history, spirituality, and natural beauty blend into a mesmerizing tapestry. From its legendary temples and sacred pagodas to its floating villages and untouched landscapes, this country is a place where every stone, every breeze, and every whisper of the wind carries a story. As we embark on this journey through Myanmar's most extraordinary marvels, we will step into the heart of a lost kingdom, sail across waters that hold centuries of tradition, and witness the sacred sites that have shaped this land for generations. But before we uncover the wonders of Myanmar, let's begin with a place that has captured the devotion of millions, a golden monument that has stood for over 2 millennia, watching over the nation like a guardian of time. Myanmar is full of surprises, blending ancient traditions with natural wonders in ways that few places can. While its temples and landscapes are well known, there are hidden facts that make this country even more fascinating. The country has 2 names, Burma and Myanmar, both still used today. The government changed it to Myanmar in 1989 to reflect its diverse ethnic groups. Speaking of names, many older generations don't celebrate birthdays at all. Instead, they mark life events based on astrology, Buddhist traditions, and major festivals. Waterways in Myanmar behave in mysterious ways. The Chindwin River, much like Cambodia's Tonle Sap, reverses its flow with the seasons, flooding farmlands and sustaining the region's agriculture. On Inle Lake, entire villages float on water, and locals farm using floating gardens, bamboo and hyacinths tied together to create fertile islands that drift with the waves. Beauty traditions here go back thousands of years. Many people wear thanaka, a golden paste made from tree bark, to protect their skin from the sun while also acting as a natural cosmetic. But the most fascinating written work in Myanmar isn't on paper, it's carved into stone. The world's largest book isn't in a library but at Kuthodaw Pagoda, where 729 marble slabs hold Buddhist scriptures that would take over a year to read. Superstitions play a huge role in everyday life. Many believe in gnats, spirits, making offerings to keep them happy, and some won't start a business or get married without checking their lucky day in astrology. Meanwhile, deep in the country's far north, Myanmar's highest mountain, Hakakabo Razi, is so remote and treacherous that almost no one has ever reached its true summit. From golden temples and floating farms to ancient superstitions and reversing rivers, Myanmar is a place where mystery and tradition shape everyday life. It's a country that never stops surprising those who take the time to explore its wonders. Shwedagon Pagoda, a golden monument that has seen centuries pass, standing tall, untouched by time. Shwedagon Pagoda, the heart of Myanmar's spirituality, isn't just a temple, it's a symbol, a legend, a living testament to devotion that spans over 2,500 years. Rising 99 meters above Yangon, its gilded surface reflects the sunlight, casting a golden glow over the city, visible from miles away. But beneath the gold, beneath the jewels encrusted at its peak, lies something far more precious, a relic that makes this place unlike any other. According to ancient records, Shwedagon enshrines 8 strands of Buddha's hair, making it one of the most sacred Buddhist sites on earth. Imagine standing before this colossal stupa, knowing that inside, locked away for centuries, rests a part of history so sacred that millions journey from across the world just to be in its presence. The pagoda's journey through time is a tale of resilience. Built atop Singatara Hill, it has withstood earthquakes, invasions, and wars, yet each time it has been restored, growing more magnificent. Successive kings, believers, and devotees have continued to add layers of gold, jewels, and diamonds, each offering a tribute, a mark of faith. Today, its surface is covered in an estimated 60 tons of pure gold, and at its highest point, a 76-carat diamond sparkles against the sky, a beacon of devotion. But the true magic of Shwedagon lies not in its grandeur, but in its atmosphere. Every evening as the sun sets, the pagoda glows with an ethereal light. Monks walk in slow, rhythmic steps, their chants rising softly into the warm air. Devotees kneel in quiet prayer, their incense smoke curling into the night. The golden stupa stands in the center of it all, unshaken, unchanging, a silent witness to the countless prayers whispered into the wind. Shwedagon Pagoda isn't just Myanmar's most sacred site. It's a place where faith takes shape, where history is alive, and where, just for a moment, the rest of the world fades away. Bagan Temples. An empire lost to time, an ancient kingdom stretching across the vast plains, its skyline punctuated by thousands of ancient temples. Bagan, once the capital of the pagan kingdom, is now an open-air museum of history, a city frozen in time. Over 10,000 temples, pagodas, and monasteries were built here at the height of its glory. Today, around 2,000 still stand, scattered across an endless horizon, their spires reaching toward the sky like fingers grasping at the past. No matter where you turn in Bagan, history surrounds you. The air is thick with mystery, whispers of an empire that thrived between the 9th and 13th centuries, where kings and monks worked side by side to create something eternal. Imagine wandering through these ruins, each temple telling its own story, its own legend. One of the most awe-inspiring is Ananda Temple, often called the Westminster Abbey of Myanmar. Its pristine white walls house 4 giant Buddha statues, each facing a cardinal direction. Step inside, and you'll feel it. The air is cooler, quieter, as if the temple itself breathes with wisdom. But not all temples hold peace. Some, like Dhammayangyi Temple, are shrouded in mystery. This massive, pyramid-like structure was built by a ruthless king, Mrauk U, known for his cruelty. They say he ordered that the temple's bricks be so perfectly aligned that even a needle couldn't pass between them. If it did, the builder was executed. His reign ended in blood, and to this day, locals believe that Dhammayangyi carries his curse. Yet, despite the rise and fall of kings, despite centuries of earthquakes and neglect, Bagan lives on. At sunrise, the sky above Bagan is painted in shades of gold and crimson, and hot air balloons drift over the temples, offering a view that feels almost unreal. It's not just a place, it's an experience, a journey into a world that refuses to be forgotten. Inle Lake. A world where water replaces roads, where entire villages float, where fishermen balance on a single leg as they row through the misty waters. Inle Lake, the heart of Myanmar's highlands, is more than just a body of water. It's a living, breathing world, untouched by time. Stretching across 116 square kilometers, this vast lake is home to the Intha people, a community that has built an entire civilization on its surface. Houses rise on stilts above the water, markets drift from one shore to another, and gardens float, tethered by bamboo poles, yielding vegetables that feed entire villages. But perhaps the most fascinating sight on Inle Lake is the one-legged rowing technique of its fishermen. They stand on the very edge of their boats, wrapping one leg around an oar while using the other to balance. With seamless precision, they navigate the waters, their silhouettes cutting through the mist at dawn. This technique isn't just for show. It allows them to see through the thick reeds and cast their nets with unmatched accuracy. The lake holds secrets beyond its surface. Hidden among its waters lies Kuthodaw U Pagoda, a sacred site home to 5 ancient Buddha images. Over centuries, these statues have been covered in so much gold leaf that their original features are no longer visible, transformed into golden orbs by the devotion of thousands. But even in its beauty, Inle Lake faces challenges. Climate change, deforestation, and tourism are slowly shifting its delicate balance. Water levels drop, floating gardens struggle, and the way of life that has thrived here for generations is now at risk. Yet, the spirit of the lake remains unbroken. The Intha people continue their traditions, their boats gliding across the water like shadows, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the lake. To witness Inle Lake is to witness a world that exists outside of time, a place where life moves at the pace of the wind and the ripples on the water, where the past and present blend seamlessly, creating a reality unlike anywhere else on Earth. Chaukhtatgyi Buddha Temple. A single glance is enough to leave you in awe. The Chaukhtatgyi Buddha Temple, nestled in the heart of Yangon, is home to one of Myanmar's most breathtaking wonders, a 70-meter-long reclining Buddha. This colossal statue, stretching across the length of an entire hall, isn't just an architectural marvel. It's a masterpiece of devotion, a symbol of peace, and a window into Myanmar's deep-rooted spirituality. The statue's expression is mesmerizing. Soft eyes, a gentle smile, and an air of absolute serenity. But look closer, and you'll see that it's far more than just an oversized sculpture. Every detail is intentional. The feet are etched with 108 sacred symbols, representing the cosmic order in Buddhist teachings. The delicate golden robes shimmer under the temple's soft lighting, emphasizing the sheer grandeur of the figure. Unlike many reclining Buddhas, which symbolize Buddha's passing into nirvana, this one represents his final moments of deep contemplation, a moment of profound enlightenment. Originally built in 1907, the statue has undergone several restorations, with the most recent transformation in the 1950s, when it was given its strikingly lifelike features. Yet, despite its modern refinements, Chaukhtatgyi carries an ancient soul. Monks sit in silent meditation beneath its watchful gaze, while devotees kneel, offering flowers and murmuring prayers. The air is thick with the scent of incense, and the soft hum of Buddhist chants fills the hall, creating an atmosphere of unshakable peace. But there's something else here, something that makes this temple different from the rest. Unlike the bustling, gold-adorned Shwedagon Pagoda, Chaukhtatgyi is a place of quiet reflection. It's not about grandeur, it's about connection. Whether you're a believer or just a traveler passing through, standing before this Buddha is an experience that lingers long after you've left. Kuthodaw Pagoda. Some books are read, others are preserved. But what if a book was so sacred, so vast, that it became a monument in itself? Kuthodaw Pagoda, resting in the city of Mandalay, holds that distinction. It isn't just a temple, it's the world's largest book, a collection of 729 marble slabs, each one engraved with Buddhist scriptures. Built in 1868 by King Mingun, Kuthodaw was more than just a religious site. It was a declaration. The king, known for his devotion to Buddhism, sought to immortalize the Tripitaka, the entire Buddhist canon, in a way that would survive time itself. Each marble page encased in a white stupa forms an individual chapter, creating a forest of stone scriptures that stretches across the temple grounds. Imagine walking through these gleaming corridors, each stupa standing as a silent guardian of wisdom, each inscription preserving a teaching that has guided millions over the centuries. But Kuthodaw is not merely about its literary grandeur, it's a sanctuary of profound peace. The soft chime of temple bells echoes through the air, and the golden spire of the main pagoda gleams in the sunlight, standing as a beacon of enlightenment. Pilgrims slowly move through the grounds, tracing their fingers over the ancient inscriptions, whispering prayers that merge with the wind. Time has tried to erode Kuthodaw. During British rule, parts of the pagoda were looted, and some marble slabs were stolen or damaged. Yet, through painstaking restoration efforts, the site has reclaimed its former glory, its teachings once again standing tall. To stand among these stone pages is to walk through history itself. Each step is a passage, each inscription a lesson, each moment a connection to something far greater than oneself. It is more than just a book. It is a living, breathing testament to faith, knowledge, and the unwavering endurance of wisdom. U Bein Bridge. A bridge unlike any other, stretching across a vast expanse of water, its weathered teakwood planks whispering stories of centuries past. This is U Bein Bridge, the oldest and longest teakwood bridge in the world. Spanning 1.2 kilometers over Chaukhtatgyi Lake, near Mandalay, it isn't just a crossing. It's a journey through time, a bridge between the past and the present. Built in 1851 from reclaimed teakwood taken from the former royal palace of Amarapura, U Bein has stood the test of time, carrying monks, fishermen, and travelers across its wooden spine for generations. Unlike modern bridges of steel and concrete, this one is raw, unpolished, and deeply human. The pillars that hold it up, darkened by the elements, lean slightly with age, yet they remain steadfast. Silent witnesses to a century and a half of sunrises, storms, and changing tides. At dawn, monks in saffron robes walk its length, their silhouettes reflected in the still water below. Fishermen cast their nets, their boats cutting through the mist that clings to the lake's surface. And then comes sunset, arguably the most magical time. The sky burns in shades of orange and pink, and the bridge transforms into a shadowy silhouette against a watercolor sky. Photographers, travelers, and locals alike gather, drawn by the scene that feels almost too perfect to be real. But U Bein is not just about beauty, it's about life. It's about the vendors who sell their goods along its edges, the laughter of children running across its creaky planks, the quiet moments shared by lovers watching the sun sink beyond the horizon. It's a place where time slows down, where the simplicity of wood and water creates something more profound than the grandest of monuments. This bridge, fragile yet enduring, reminds us that the most extraordinary wonders are often the simplest, that sometimes the journey is just as important as the destination. Golden Rock. Defying gravity, logic, and time, the Golden Rock, or Chaukhtatgyi Pagoda, sits at the edge of a cliff, teetering as if held in place by the whispers of gods. Perched 1,100 meters above sea level, this sacred site is not just an architectural marvel. It is a symbol of faith, devotion, and the unshakable power of belief. Legend has it that the rock balances on a single hair of Buddha, placed there over 2,500 years ago by a celestial king. Skeptics call it an illusion, a geological phenomenon. Believers see it as a miracle, proof that faith can hold even the heaviest burdens in place. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. Standing before this golden monolith, bathed in the light of a setting sun, is an experience that defies explanation. Every year, thousands of pilgrims make the challenging trek up the mountain, some barefoot, some carrying offerings, all driven by devotion. At night, the pagoda glows with an otherworldly light, its surface shimmering as monks chant in the background. The air is thick with the scent of incense, the distant echoes of prayers carried away by the mountain wind. To some, Golden Rock is a test of endurance. To others, it is a place of reflection. But to all who stand before it, gazing at the impossible, it is proof that some things in this world cannot be explained. They can only be felt. Mrauk U. Hidden in the far reaches of Myanmar's western Rakhine state lies a forgotten kingdom, Mrauk U, a city of 700 ancient stone pagodas and temples, a place where history and mystery intertwine, a land lost in time. Unlike the grand, sprawling plains of Bagan, Mrauk U's temples emerge from mist-covered hills, shrouded in an aura of secrecy and solitude. The air is thick with the scent of earth after rain, the distant calls of farmers echoing through the valley, and the whispers of an empire that once flourished, but is now largely unknown to the outside world. Founded in 1430, Mrauk U was once the capital of the powerful Arakanese kingdom, a thriving port city that traded with Persia, Portugal, and the Netherlands. Its wealth attracted scholars, merchants, and explorers, making it one of the most cosmopolitan cities in Southeast Asia. But today, the grandeur has faded. What remains are silent ruins, stony corridors winding through jungle paths, weathered pagodas standing as sentinels of a bygone era. One of Mrauk U's most fascinating structures is Shwedagon Pagoda, meaning Temple of 80,000 Buddhas. Inside, endless passageways are lined with thousands of carved Buddha images, each one unique, each one holding a different expression, silent storytellers of the past. Then there's Kuthodaw Pagoda, its name translating to 90,000 Buddhas, a labyrinth of stone chambers that seem to stretch into eternity. But perhaps the most haunting is Chaukhtatgyi Temple. With narrow, tunnel-like corridors and thick stone walls, it was built more like a fortress than a place of worship. Why? Some believe it was meant to protect monks and sacred relics during times of war. Others say it hides secrets yet to be uncovered. Unlike the bustling tourist sites of Bagan, Mrauk U remains untouched by time. Getting here isn't easy. The journey involves bumpy roads and a long boat ride, but for those who make the trek, the reward is an experience unlike any other. The early morning mist, the glow of temples at sunrise, the quiet hum of monks chanting in the distance. It feels like stepping into another world, one where history still lingers, waiting to be heard. Ngapali Beach. Imagine a place where time slows down, where the softest white sands stretch for miles, where the crystal-clear waters of the Bay of Bengal shimmer under the golden sun, and where palm trees sway lazily in the ocean breeze. This is Ngapali Beach, Myanmar's most stunning coastal paradise, a place untouched by the chaos of modern tourism, where the rhythm of life is dictated by the waves. Unlike the bustling beaches of Thailand or Bali, Ngapali is a world apart. There are no towering hotels, no overcrowded resorts, just small traditional fishing villages and eco-friendly bungalows nestled between swaying palms. The tranquility is unmatched. Here, the mornings are slow and gentle. Fishermen set out to sea in their brightly colored wooden boats, leaving ripples in the glass-like water. The afternoons are warm and sun-drenched, perfect for snorkeling in hidden coves, kayaking through mangrove forests, or simply stretching out on the sand, listening to the waves kiss the shore. But as the sun begins to set, Ngapali transforms. The sky ignites in shades of fiery orange and deep purple, reflecting off the water like liquid gold. Beachfront cafes come to life, serving up freshly grilled seafood, the aroma of barbecued fish and prawns filling the air. The ocean, now a mirror of the sky, stretches endlessly, swallowing the last light of the day. For those who seek adventure, nearby villages offer a glimpse into Myanmar's coastal traditions. Fishermen mend their nets by hand, women weave intricate bamboo mats, and children chase crabs along the shore, their laughter blending with the sound of the waves. Life here is simple, yet deeply beautiful. Ngapali is more than just a beach. It's a sanctuary, a place where nature and tradition exist in perfect harmony. A destination where the world slows down, allowing you to breathe, to be, to simply exist in the moment. Mount Popa. Rising dramatically from the plains like something out of legend, Mount Popa is more than just an extinct volcano. It's a spiritual beacon, a sacred mountain believed to be the home of Myanmar's most powerful nats, spirits. Perched 1,518 meters above sea level, this towering peak is crowned with the stunning Taung Kalat Monastery, a golden sanctuary balanced atop sheer cliffs, accessible only by a 777-step staircase. The journey begins at the foot of the mountain, where macaque monkeys dart between visitors, eyeing offerings meant for the spirits. Pilgrims climb the long, winding steps barefoot, as tradition dictates, stopping at shrines along the way to pay their respects to the 37 guardian nats of Myanmar, spirits who, according to legend, once roamed the land before Buddhism arrived. Offerings of flowers, incense, and fruit line the path, creating an intoxicating mix of scents and colors. But reaching the top is only the beginning. Once there, the views stretch endlessly across the countryside, revealing the vast golden plains of central Myanmar. The air is crisp, the silence almost holy, broken only by the occasional ringing of temple bells. The monastery itself, with its golden spires gleaming in the sunlight, seems almost to float above the world, a place suspended between heaven and earth. Yet, Mount Popa isn't just about spirituality, it's a place of mystery and legend. Some believe it's an active energy center, a portal of sorts, where the spiritual and physical worlds intersect. Others speak of the great eruption that once shattered the land, leaving behind this sacred peak as a reminder of nature's power. Whatever the belief, one thing is certain: standing atop Mount Popa, looking down at the world below, you feel different, as if, just for a moment, you've stepped beyond the boundaries of reality into a realm where the past, the present, and the unseen exist together in perfect harmony. Anisakan Waterfall. Deep within the lush highlands of Pien U Luin, hidden beyond winding forest trails and towering cliffs, lies Anisakan Waterfall, one of Myanmar's most breathtaking natural wonders. A 120-meter cascade of pure, rushing water tumbles from the dense jungle above, crashing into a turquoise pool below, sending a fine mist into the air that catches the sunlight, creating a shimmering veil of rainbows. Reaching this hidden paradise is an adventure in itself. The trek down from the main road is steep and demanding, winding through dense forests, moss-covered rocks, and tangled vines. The air is cool, rich with the scent of earth and the sound of rustling leaves. But as the sound of rushing water grows louder, anticipation builds, until suddenly, through a break in the trees, the waterfall reveals itself in all its glory. The first thing that strikes you is its sheer power. The water thunders down with incredible force, carving through rock that has stood for centuries. The surrounding cliffs, covered in lush green vegetation, frame the falls like a natural amphitheater, creating an almost mythical atmosphere. Some say the falls hold spiritual significance, their waters believed to have healing properties. Locals often bathe in the cool pools, their laughter echoing through the valley as they immerse themselves in its refreshing embrace. For the adventurous, climbing closer to the falls is possible, though slippery rocks and the sheer force of the water make it a challenge. But for those who simply wish to take it all in, there's no better place to sit, breathe, and feel the pulse of nature itself. Anisakan isn't just a waterfall, it's an escape, a hidden sanctuary where time slows, where the modern world fades away, leaving only the sound of water, the scent of the forest, and the feeling of being truly alive. Mingun Bell. In a quiet riverside town along the Irrawaddy River stands a colossal relic of the past, one so massive, so impossibly grand, that it holds the title of the largest uncracked ringing bell in the world. This is the Mingun Bell, a 26-foot-tall masterpiece of bronze craftsmanship, weighing an astonishing 90 metric tons. But Mingun Bell is not just an engineering marvel. It is a symbol of ambition, of dreams that soared too high, and of a kingdom that left behind more mysteries than answers. Commissioned in 1808 by King Kuthodaw Pagoda, the bell was meant to be part of an even grander vision, a towering, unfinished pagoda, the largest the world had ever seen. The king's ambition knew no bounds, and he ordered a stupa that would reach 150 meters into the sky. But fate had other plans. The structure, known as Mingun Pagoda, was abandoned after the king's death. Left unfinished, its massive bricks still standing in eerie defiance of time. And yet, the bell that was meant to accompany it was completed and remains intact to this day. Imagine the hands that crafted it, the molten bronze poured into molds, the sheer strength required to hoist it into place. And now, centuries later, it still hangs, waiting to be rung, waiting to echo across the river as it once did. Step beneath it, and you can feel its weight, not just its physical enormity, but the sheer magnitude of history it carries. To stand before Mingun Bell is to stand in the presence of one of Myanmar's most enduring testaments to human ambition, a reminder of what could have been, what still remains, and what history chooses to preserve. Each of these wonders is more than just a place. They are experiences, journeys, moments waiting to be lived. And now, the question is, which of these wonders will you experience first? Drop a comment below and tell us which one captivated you the most. And if you're as fascinated by the mysteries of Myanmar as we are, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us on our next adventure. There's an entire world out there waiting to be explored, and this journey is just getting started.